I am in Kilkenny. This is the castle. I've never been in the castle. I'd love to go someday. But the reason I'm here this evening is because there's a tour on. These people over here are going on a tour. And I heard about it, I saw it online, and I thought, this sounds a bit mad. Let's go and have a look.
But before we start, normally we give people a chance to win their money back.
This is a walking tour of Kilkenny City. The difference is the two guides, Nevin and Brendan, are magicians.
Right egg.
So, it's a history tour with a bit of magic.
If you magic blow.
Or if you like a magical tour with a bit of history.
Over here we have the Sheeham's house. One of the last residents in the house was thought to be psychic. Well, myself and Nevin, we've always liked the idea of doing a city tour, and Kilkenny lends itself to the city tour. So small, it's a looped walk, and loads of history in the city. But we didn't want it just to be a historical walk with facts being thrown in. So we're both magicians originally, so we blended our comedy magic with the tour of the city for everybody.
So we're going to cross the road here in a second. There's a pedestrian crossing. Ooh, no green men this time. Now, I was talking to Brian Tyrrell and the corporation, and they said in order to save the paint, could you step in between the lines as we go across?
Look at the first word on the page you stop at, all right? For the first time, nice and loud so everyone can hear it, name your word.
Library.
Really? Yeah. Just as well I went library. Magic is so visceral, it's such an instant reaction. It's just that wonderness that...
Give me an example of that. When has that happened that you've said to yourself, this is good, this is working?
Yeah, actually, with a kid once at a kid's party, I remember I was doing it's an old standard trick. I think they now sell it in children's magic kits, where you'd have a colouring book that was shown empty, and then you'd fill it with pictures, and then it would fill with coloured pictures. And the kid is meant to make it happen, and the first few times he can't do it. And the kid got really upset. He actually started crying. And I'm there entertaining at a 6th birthday party. So it was a bit like... but then, it turns good in the end, and he makes it... And the tears of sadness turned into tears of joy, and he ran into his mother's arms and, look what I've done, Mummy. And it was one of those moments, and it doesn't happen a lot, like it's rare, but it was one of those moments you go, crikey, this, it does really matter to some people. And then on an adult level, I've had it as well, where you've... help people get engaged, or, help people seal business deals by impressing a client, all this kind of stuff.
You help people get engaged?
Yeah, I used to have a residency years ago in a restaurant in Dublin, the Unicorn restaurant, back in the Celtic Tiger days, and I used to go around the tables doing magic. And there was one guy who used to come in regularly, and he was getting engaged, planned to get engaged to his wife, and asked me could I make the ring appear by magic. So I did, and then left as quickly as I could. It was his moment then.
We don't know what she said.
I presume she said yes. Once I get going, I can tend to go quite fast, so do try and keep up, okay? I think we're going to go this way. Sorry.
No, Grant.
I know exactly where I'm going, don't you worry. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, so I did marketing for 2.5 years in a college in Dunleary, and I actually left because I had done a show for the who was now the principal. She was the vice principal at the time, and she was also our year ahead in college, and she called me into her office one day and said, you have to make a decision, you're missing college, either do magic or college. And by the way, if I were you, I'd do magic. So that's the truth. So I said,
she's
okay.
The educationalist.
So I went home to my mum, can I borrow your car on the weekends? And that's how it all started now. So hopefully. Ooh. No. I'm picking up the vibes. We're going to walk a bit quicker now, so I'm going to pick up the speed. Hopefully.
Magic. Some of us are happy to be amazed, but then some of us have to know how it's done.
I find doctors, accountants, engineers, those kind of people really want to know or physios, those kind of, because that's their background, is knowing why a certain part of the body breaks down.
Right.
So they have an analytical mind.
Okay.
But perversely then, they're the easier people to fool because they nearly overthink it too much, Sean, for the first time, name your card. To be able to get paid to do something that you really enjoy doing, it doesn't feel like work anymore, So it's like getting paid for playing with your toys.
Yeah. It was great, the reaction you got there.
Yeah, it was fun, yeah. It was a good night.
And they're all the same size.
Hey.
Magical history. The Shenanigans walking tour in Kilkenny City.